Hey guys, welcome back. Just want to do a quick update here on the garden real quick. This was one of the suckers that I pulled off. He seems to be doing okay. This one actually goes into the bucket about a foot long, so I modified the little net cup so that I could push it through, and I'm really hoping that this will then be able to grow up a lot bigger and faster and adapt and everything, because the weather out here is pretty hot. I did have so I have those 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Looks like there's 7 tomatoes on this one here. This is the one that had 10, and I've just been cutting them off because they've just been going bad. So look in there, looks like those 2 have gone bad. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on there that look like they may still be viable to some degree. They are starting to turn yellow. I think yellow and orange. I think this plant is pretty much. I think this one's going to be pretty much done. So that was the main star there. I'm hoping that this one will maybe come along and pick up some slack, since I've done a lot better with him keeping his suckers trimmed back and that sort of thing. This guy over here is doing really well. Oh, let me show you guys. When I was doing adding nutrients and pulling the nutrients and everything, I noticed. Oh, sorry guys. Let's see if I can't. Sorry, my hands just aren't working well today. There we go. Got him. All right. So I noticed these guys' roots were just massive and awesome and coolness and everything. So I was super excited about that. So this guy he drinks quite a bit. So I was super duper excited about him. He's not producing as much. He's got 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Oh, so 6 and then 7. So he's got 7 on him. Oh, there's some more. There's an 8th one here. So I mean, I guess he does have quite a few on him, but my problem is I think it's just way too hot out here for this little guy. So I don't know if he's gonna have those 8 produce or not, or what's gonna happen with him. This one's the one I've cut back so drastically now, but I'm hoping he'll do okay. But he still doesn't have any fruit that I can tell anywhere, so we'll have to see what happens with him. Now, this was a sucker I pulled and put in there. The poor little guy, he's just kind of run out of water with that being in with that huge one there. So I don't think he's going to do very good at all. This little guy was doing pretty good, but this bucket is really wet. He's a sucker that I pulled and put in here. So I had 3 suckers, that one, and that one out there. So I don't know what those little guys are going to do, or if they'll do anything at all. But I just figured, since I was trimming up this and all the other ones here, that I would just pull them and stick them in and see what they did. Our lucky bamboo is doing pretty good. I don't know if you guys remember or not. I said it in a previous video, but the reason why I'm growing this is I was hoping to get little bamboo stakes and that sort of thing, kind of a free bamboo stake thing. So I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I might actually just move him over to there, because this bucket's I think a 3 gallon, maybe it's a 4 gallon, I don't remember. But over the time he's kind of sunk down because of the soil. So I was thinking if I could add soil to that and then transplant him onto the top of that, he'd have 5 gallons and he'd be a lot taller and bigger, and hopefully that would then hopefully give him more nutrients, give him more root room and all that stuff. So not sure. The other thing was I don't know, I don't think anybody ever commented and told me, when you buy these in the store, usually only the top has a little cluster of leaves, and then the rest of them I think they just kind of trim off. Should I be trimming these down, or should I leave them like that to kind of just keep feeding the plant and growing and that sort of thing? So but ultimately I do want to try to get long bamboo sticks out of it. I don't really want to plant it in my yard. I really don't want it to kind of be an invasive thing that I plant, and then later on 10-20 years down the road I'm like, got these massive shoots of bamboo and it's taken over my whole yard. So that's the story behind that. So then I guess this is my only other tomato plant I haven't talked about in this particular video. Still covered with these things. We gotta figure out what to do with those guys there. Sorry guys, focus isn't good. Alright, so but huge tomato there. If that one would ripen up, I would have quite a big good tomato there. This one here, he's doing pretty good, I think. So I have to try to figure out what to do, but the overall the tomatoes look good. Plants look good, but the tomatoes aren't doing so hot. I did get some cherry tomatoes, which is a bit more appropriate for this time of year, for my climate here in Florida. So if I switch to it from these to the cherry tomatoes, hopefully they would do a lot better than what these are doing. Had a humongous storm yesterday, so it's really glad I didn't water last night, or the night before, I mean. And then the huge storm came and filled up the bucket there pretty full, of which it's drained all but an inch or two. I don't know if putting the sweet potatoes in this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing as time progresses. So it's something that I'm just going to have to keep an eye on and see if all these sweet potatoes in these bags here are rotten. I'll know that it was because I put it in there. I'm just trying to conserve as much water as I can. We get the pretty big torrential downpours. I'm trying to keep as much nutrients in the bags and everything as I can. So the nutrients is washing through the bag and coming out the bottom. And so I'm hoping that the roots will then be able to kind of suck that water back up and maybe get some of the nutrients there. Very happy with my rosemary. It's hopefully not too hurt from all the root boundness that it had. I had gotten the pot and I put it in a bag and put some dirt in the bottom of the bag, and that little thing sent all of its roots outside the cup into this big massive flat area where the dirt was in the plastic bag. So it worked. It kind of made like a makeshift container for it until I could get it in here. But man, I should have transplanted that thing a long time ago. But it looks like he's doing pretty good. He looks pretty happy. So I'm happy with that. I have some mint that my brother-in-law, I did a previous video on, he gave me. So still trying to get it to root and everything. So we'll have to see how that turns out. So then I'll have mint and rosemary if all goes as well and as planned. And if not, then I won't. But there's a good look at the sweet potatoes. They are seeming to bounce back from the mowing and everything. If you look, on the previous video, it was mowed, here. So all that was kind of mowed back. So looks like we got some new growth and new stuff going on there. So that's exciting and good. The couple lines that I had buried here, they look like they're doing pretty good and everything there. So this bucket filled up with water in it, so I used that water to kind of put on here, hoping that would then do pretty good. Oh, would you look at that? This stuff is here. I have a little either orange juice container or milk container or something with that stuff growing in it, and it looks like it's growing and doing quite well in my yard here. So I guess I can probably just pull out what's in that container and plant it in my yard if I want it, and then just go from there. But I don't know if I showed you, you probably saw in the previous video that I cleaned up the whole front here. Looks so much better. Oh, I'm so happy we finally got that done. That's been a project we've been working on for getting everything together for months. We've been collecting boxes from restaurants, and I've been getting the mulch and everything, and then ended up being a couple bags short of mulch, so I went out and got some more. So luckily they still had it. So but that I think will look so much better. And I got my tree there, my grapefruit tree, not doing so hot, but it does actually have quite a few grapefruits on it there. You can probably see them there, big, small, everything in between. Some of the newer branches actually started to have blossoms on them. If I can show you guys. I know this isn't usually in my videos and everything, but Oh no, that's just new growth. I found a branch I thought the other day here with some blossoms. I guess it's too late in the season to have blossoms anyways, but this poor little tree, I mean, he's been ravaged by, I'm assuming, ants, and coldness and drought, and I mean, he's been hacked back. He's not been treated really well at all. And I'm trying to change all that with the little guy. Not sure if I should be cutting this even here, and then putting a protective, like tar layer or what. But as you can see, like all these branches have been taken off at one point or another because they're just rotten and they're just doing stuff. This tree definitely needs to be cleaned up, and I'm trying my best to try to get it what it needs and to try to clean them up and that sort of thing. Oh, that's where the new growth was, right there. So I don't know if those are going to become blossoms or new fruit or what, but maybe blossoms then fruit. I don't know. But I mean, the thing just got stuff all over it. I don't know if it's fungus and that's pest, or I don't know what's going on with the thing. Oh, look at my buddy the wasp. he's you probably can't see him. Yeah, that was a close one. Probably almost got stung. But yeah, so he is definitely in a lot better shape than what it was. I had somebody help me kind of try to clear out a lot of the dead branches. But as you can see, I mean, this stuff's just really brittle, really old and nasty and stuff. So, I don't know if it's frost damage or just ant damage, or what's happened with it, but I'm trying to get this one a bit more under control and do well with it and stuff. So we'll find out what happens with that. My strawberries, I think I'm pretty much going to pronounce them dead, at least for the moment, unless they come back. They got flooded and drowned, and it was just horrible. So this one's still, the crown looks good there. But I don't know what's gonna happen. This one, he's completely drowned. His crown is still, his crown is still like completely soaked. Don't know what's gonna become of those. This guy's pretty much a goner now. That guy's looking like he's in pretty bad shape. This guy, I hope he'll hurry up and put off some seeds. But the nice thing about all this is now I'll have, when I clean this all out, I'll have, 8 new spots. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 new spots there. No, 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, for plants, whether it be lettuce or whatever. So that's that. I did have a tomato plant here. I told everybody I was starting more tomato. This is my new design here of just the can. I think my next version of this will actually just have a net pot with the rock wool cube and sitting on the top of this, and I think that will be the next design there. I think that will be the most beneficial design, because any roots in here, when I transplant it over to the 3.5 net cup, it's going to have a bit more stress on the roots, whereas if I had the net cup and put the rock wool cube right there, then I'll be good. So that was when I transplanted out, and I guess I never actually showed you. I guess this is the garden update that I'm supposed to show you, that I moved this other little guy here too. So those two were the first to come out, and so he came out. So that's a new tomato vine that I have growing there. So we'll have to see what happens with him. Unfortunately, these are still the beefsteak tomatoes. These were actually seeds that I got from the one tomato I harvested off of here that was still harvested too early. But I just wanted to try to grow the seeds without really drying them out too much. And so that seems to have worked quite well. So pretty happy with that. I guess that covers pretty much everything. You guys can pretty much see the sweet potatoes. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I say sweet tomatoes, but sweet potatoes, they seem like they're doing pretty good. I'm just going to wait until everything starts to kind of die off, which I don't know if that's going to be midsummer, late summer, fall, or winter, or what. And once it does, I'll cut it all off and then go well, I don't know if I'll cut it. I'll try to dig out what's in there, and hopefully I'll get some pretty big sweet potatoes. Until then, there's the rose bush. Actually didn't do very much this year. I'm actually kind of surprised. He does have some new growth down there. He, she, it. Has some new growth down at the bottom, so that's looking pretty good. The upper looks like it's a bit nutrient deficient and that sort of thing. So I guess I didn't do a great job of trimming it back once it put off flowers like here. Guess I should have trimmed it back down here maybe, so that maybe it would have put out more. I think it put up flowers on all these. Definitely the flowers here. So I guess maybe I should just cut it down here and start it over, since it seems like it has a good, still has a good green growth and stem. So usually what I try to do with, I know this is a bit off topic and it's not really, but sorry, it's here though, so I'll show you. When the stem goes brown, usually that's the part you cut off. So in this case here, you'd cut like right here, and then it would redevote energy out into these. Now since these have kind of gone and this one's died off here, and that one already put out a flower, I would probably cut it right below all that. So it, oh okay, it does have, if I can get it without getting poked. Okay, so it's got growth right here. So what I would do is I would cut it above that growth there, is what I would probably end up doing. This other one, on the other hand, is brown almost all the way to the ground. So I would probably end up cutting him way down there, right around where the brown green is. And then these here, looks like they need to be cut. I'm hoping he'll send up a new shoot. I'm hoping it'll send up a new shoot. Looks like he's got one growing off of here, so I should cut this one here. What they ultimately do is, these grow up real tall, and then you cut them down, and you cut them down, and you cut them down, each time, to promote new growth. Like here, this one, it's got new growth here, so I might end up cutting it here. Might start up higher though, since there's new growth up here. I might cut it here this time, and then it will probably put something out here, or maybe it'll redevote energy to here. If it redevotes energy to here, then the next time I'll cut it down here, unless the stem just goes brown and dies off. But it's got new growth here, and it's got new growth here. So my guess is if I cut it up here, it would redevote to here and to here, and it would then, and then eventually, once this gets down to the bottom, and it's dead, like you cut down to here. So like with this one here, you cut down to here, and then this one has a side shoot, so it would probably stick off another one, so that it would probably stay for another season or whatever. But eventually they'll send out a new thing. So you can see this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ish, so this sucker's put out quite a few I don't know, shoots, I guess I'll call it, whatever they're called. It's put out quite a few from the original, plant, and that's usually what it does. Is once it's devoted enough energy into one of them and it gets cut back, then it'll send up a new one, a brand new one. So I don't know how many are actually supposed to be out at a time. I'm not really a big rose person, but my wife really loves the way they look and everything, and I believe my sister-in-law put this in. I could be wrong. It might have been my wife. I can't remember. One of them put this in. So I just tried to. My brother-in-law said, "Oh yeah, when they put off the flower, just cut them below, where the stem's dead, and it'll, just redevote energy elsewhere, and it'll keep growing." So following his advice, I've done quite well with it. So I'm happy and excited. So that's just kind of an off thing on roses. I'm no rose expert. I'm just kind of in maintenance mode. So take what I said with a grain of salt, and know that I might be completely wrong, and I might be killing this thing off. But so far, it's done pretty good. The last 2 years that I've been trying to maintain and keep it going. This year, it's not done as well though, so I don't know if that's an age thing, a nutrients thing, or what's going on. I think it's a water thing. I think it's just not getting as much water as it needs. Is what my guess is, and I'm probably not going to waste water trying to water that. You know, as far as I know, I might. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a rain bucket out for him, and then any water that goes in that rain bucket, I'll dump it on him. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see. So that's pretty much my update there, guys. So I'll just I'll run. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Like, subscribe, comment. Sorry this ran on so long. Talk to you guys later.